Welcome back to Game On, and we stay with the Club World Cup, but shift the view now to the German clubs and how they've fared in getting as far as the quarterfinals, yeah? And, well, there might be a slight disappointment from a German point of view, from a Bundesliga point of view, when you consider, like, we got as far as the quarterfinals. But then again, Shane, you got to consider who they came up against in the quarterfinals. I mean, for Bayern Munich, losing 2-0 to the champions of Europe, Paris Saint-Germain, and a side that's, well, bulldozed their way into the final against Real Madrid in the semi-finals, as we know. It's not necessarily a horrific result, so to speak. But the coach still was far from happy listening to him at the end of the match with these comments.
Yeah, you know, when no coach is happy when you lose, that's for sure. But if you look at the way it happened, you know, they lost 2-0. They had the upper hand going into the last half an hour of the game. They were pushing. They had 2 goals disallowed. So when you look at that, you understand why the coach is unhappy. But at the end of the day, you know, you got to get those goals. You got to score them. 2 offside goals disallowed would have made a big difference. But
even
for
just
me,
one, maybe.
Even one, you know. But these things happen, you know. It's unfortunate with VAR and everything else now. It's vital, you know. But they gave as good as they got. They've been the one team that has pushed PSG the most in this tournament. And when you look at PSG, I mean, look at the European Cup final, how they won that. I mean, with ease. They then get to semi-finals, 4-0. I mean, now you're looking at to be pushed by Bayern like that as saying something for Bayern. It just shows you that they're on the right track.
From a PSG point of view, quickly, it's scary that post the Messi, Neymar, Mbappe era, here they are finding their best foot forward just after that era.
But you know what it is? He's got them playing as a unit. They all play for each other. When they lose the ball, they're defending. When you had the rest of those players, all the superstars, they didn't defend. So now you're playing with a player too short when you have to defend. Now they're playing, they all attack, they all defend. There's no such thing as I'm a superstar, I don't have to. Dembele, getting back at the back, you know, so it just shows you. And Dembele should win the Ballon d'Or this year. He's out defending and he's playing as a striker. So, that's the difference.
Now, Real Madrid up against Borussia Dortmund, that was always going to be a mouth-watering fixture. In fact, all the fixtures from around about the quarterfinals or the knockout stages have been mouth-watering. A thoroughly entertaining game. 5 goals scored here, but Real Madrid just nipping it 3-2 the scoreline. Yeah,
nipping it in the end, you know. Borussia pushed them, and that's another thing. When we talk about momentum, you look at this team, talk about momentum over this latter
the last years.
I mean, they were nowhere. They were nowhere in the Bundesliga, and then all of a sudden ending up in the top 3. They were brilliant. They really were brilliant. Gave as good as they got. What a great game. I mean, must be one of the games of the tournament for goals, for excitement, for everything. The red cards, it was everything, you know, injuries, everything along the way. One of those games again, that if you don't take your chances, you don't win games. And for them, unfortunately, Real took the chances. But another team that you're going to have to watch out for, if they keep on building and don't sell players, that can be a team to be reckoned with next season in the European League.
Quick question. Club World Cup comes. Some of your young players come through and really shake things up. Some may be making names for themselves in this tournament. Isn't it a bit of a worry maybe going forward that it comes right at the end of the season, the transfer window is going to open, and some of your players that may be impressing here for the first time may very well attract attention while you still want to build going forward?
That's the nature of the game, you know. Unfortunately,
this new tournament, that is.
Unfortunately, it happens all over the place. You know? But you're talking about this Club World Cup. The one thing that FIFA need to look at is for next year's World Cup is the heat, time of games, and what the effect is on the game itself. You know, you've got to be looking at that. You've got to be saying, now, hang on a minute, let's learn from this. I hope they have.
One match lasted 6 hours.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, you know, because of it, because of the weather, because of everything, they've got to take that into account.
Well, that is our look at what's happening at the FIFA Club World Cup. Next week, we'll break down the final, of course. But for now, let's shift focus back to what's happening in Mzansi and what Hollywood Bets continues to do in giving back to the beautifully South African game. This time, Hollywood Bets Men's Regional League or the playoffs were held in the Gauteng province. And let's find out more about that.
The Hollywood Bets Regional League playoffs always guarantee a few things: drama, excitement, and entertainment for all as the battle for promotion heats up not only in Gauteng but across the country. For SAFA and Hollywood Bets, these playoffs play a key part in grassroots football, and their importance can never be overstated.
We're very proud of them, and then we would like to thank actually all the teams that participated in the regional leagues, and also not to forget our regions who are administering these leagues under the difficult conditions of not having enough resources to run this league. But we want to thank them because they have successfully completed their leagues, and then hence we are here, and then we are able to play these games and ultimately promote to the Gauteng ABC Motsepe League.
6 teams did battle in the Gauteng Regional League playoffs, which were proudly powered by Hollywood Bets, with teams like Viasport FC, Alberton and Titans amongst those vying for the big prize, a spot in the national playoffs. But after many battles in their respective groups, it came down to Stream A winners, Young Pirates, and Stream B victors, Hobane JM. Many were expecting a hotly contested affair, filled with goals, and we were treated to exactly that and more, with Young Pirates coming out as deserved winners. Despite the efforts of Mabobane, who scored a solitary goal on the day, Young Pirates walked away with a 2-1 win, which meant the world to the team.
I'm ecstatic, more so for the boys, I think we deserve it, mostly they deserve it. We dominated in the league. I'm ecstatic for the management, for the chairman, the chair lady, everyone that is involved with the club. It's been difficult, just like any other season, it has a lot of ups and downs, but we managed to come out tops. And then even when we got to the playoffs, we had a very difficult game yesterday, the first game. And then, but we got a positive result. Not what we wanted, but it was good. And then with the second game, that we got exactly what we wanted. And then today I can't ask for better. I've been lucky to coach at all the levels of South African football. So I know that the mentality that's demanded, the boys do have it, Maybe we need to beef up here and there, but not much. Also, it's about giving opportunity, but be competent in the same breath.
Well, time flies when you are having fun. We've had so much to talk about. We hope you've enjoyed this edition of Game On. And let's take the time, of course, to thank Jace Kosana and Shane McGregor. We always do. Thank you for your time in joining me, Sizo Mapena, and the rest of the team behind the scenes. Until next week, from us, it's click, click, bang.